method, precedence diagram method, or the AAON and AOA. Right? This is a particular method of networking analysis, right? AOA. Yeah? In an arrow diagram, the network is drawn by putting the various activities of the project on arrow, projecting on arrow. So if you explain this one, right, in this way, this then activity A, activity B, yeah, activity on arrows mean, so we explain activity through this particular arrow, right? Right, but these are the event 1, 2, 3, like that, right? Every event is assigned a number which is placed inside the circle, that is not, right? Inside the circle mean not. The number in sequence allows the flow of the network, right? Here, another one, activity on nodes, right? Now you can understand the difference between them. In this network, name of the activity and its durations are usually placed within the node. So activity explained through the, activity explained here. This is the activity, and the time also record with the nodes. That is the nature of the activity on nodes, right? The approach eliminate the problem of using dummy activity. It has no particularly starting and ending events or nodes for the entire project, right? So if we go to the AOA, so it is not no need to have dummy activity, right? Then precedence diagram method here, that is called AON method. So you can see starting point, right? This is the finishing. So all activities on the node, it may be the square or the node should be here. So instead of here, you can apply a square or the node. Right. So you can see again starting point. Here, this is the finishing or the ending under the AON method, right? So, but here you can see the comparison between them under the AOA method. So you can see activity, enroll students for a particular program, attending the class and receiving the degree. All are activities, right? Activity 1, activity 2, activity 3, or activity A, B, C, like that. So then all of this activity explained through the arrows. But if you go to the AON method, so we are explaining, this is the activity 1, activity 2, activity 3. So this is this arrow we use to indicate the relationship only, right? So under the AOA diagram, actually here there are now if I move to the first one, AOA, most of the time we are using AOA diagram. It's the most popular one. Then if you go to the AOA method, don't mix them. Then up to this point onward, we are going to practice AOA method, right? Then we are explain activity through this that means arrows, right? Arrows. But when we are preparing the diagram, that means network diagram, there are some rules and regulations to prepare it, right? Rules to prepare it, right? So then here, then in this case, A precedes B, and C. A precedes B and C. Then after completing A, so we can go for the B and C. And B and C proceed D. B and C proceed D. So after completing B and C, then we can go for the D, right? But in this case, actually, we cannot show in this particular way. This is a wrong picture, right? Wrong diagram here. Because within the same node, right? Same node, we cannot draw two arrows like this, right? So you can draw a single line, in a single arrow. So you cannot put in this particular way, right? That is the wrong uh, uh, the error in this particular method, right? As per the AOA method, right? In this case, actually, under the AOA method, so we have to right, under the AOA method, instead of this issue, so you have to use dummy activity. This is called dummy activity. Then if you use this dotted line, this is called dummy, right? Dummy activity. Then if you use that, this is the dummy activity one. If at the same time we then after completing both B and C, so we can go for the D, right? Then how to show them instead of this method, then we can go for the B here, the D. So we have to complete both B and C. That is the criteria. Therefore, separately we can draw this A and B and C. So we can link them by using dummy activities. Actually, at that time, no need to have resources for that, right? Resources, so time, it will not take the time. So when you are drawing this AOA diagram, then we are not allowed to use this kind of, right? This is wrong, right? So therefore, we have to go for the dummy activity as mentioned here, right? Then we can follow this procedure. This is a correct path to draw a AOA diagram. AOA diagram. Now, this that we can, you can prepare this kind of uh, network without in the AOA method, right? We cannot have uh, uh, crossing, right? It is not accepted under the AOA method, right? That's why we have to use the dummy, right? Another important point here, normally when we are drawing this AOA method, so we have to have then this kind of activity, right? Activity on arrows, right? Always have to start activity from left to right, right? So maybe the so left to right. Only one starting regarding the dummy was we made to mention, right? Uh, Under the AOA method, yes, these are the criteria. Arrows diagrams are used in many computer programs. Now, this is the application side of this AO and AON. Then, this is a comparison between the AOA and AON method. Now, here, if I mention the previous one, dummy activity, right? No needed to use under the AON method, but under the AOA method, we have to use dummy activities, right? So likewise, there are a number of similarities and also the differences. right? Now you can understand what are the similarities and differences by using this table, right? Here, arrows on activities. Actually, I included number of slides here. I'm not going to read. Then you have to read it and want to read it, right? It is your duty is to read those uh, that mean learning materials, right? Uh, as I mentioned earlier, that is head and tail, right? So that part also important. What is that, right? And head, right? So I mentioned that there are a number of yeah points here. Activity. Now this of resources or time, but merely depict technological dependence is called a dummy activity, right? So, in order to avoid that kind of intersections among arrows, so we can go for the dummy activity, right? Then next one, predecessor activity. That is predecessor activity I already mentioned. That is also important activities that must be predecessor activity or the immediate predecessor. So there may be predecessor activity or the dependence activity. Then before starting particular activity, so we have to complete uh, some kind of activities. Those are called immediate predecessor activity, right? So before a flow foundation, right? For foundation. So that is called the predecessors. A predecessor and the immediate predecessor. 2 point here. Predecessor and immediate predecessor. So then we need to understand them. Immediate predecessor means before starting this particular task, so we should finish the previous activity. That is called immediate predecessor. Successor activity. Activities that cannot be started until one or more of the other activities are completed immediately succeed are called successor activity, right? Concurrent activities which can be accomplished concurrently are known as the concurrent activities. It may be noted that an activity can be predecessor or a success to an event or the so you can see this kind of description. Then starting point, then the finishing activity, proceed activities, then immediate predecessor, right? Concurrent activity, we discussed those things. So here you can see this particular rules again. Always we are drawing uh, uh, network from left hand side to right hand side, right? These are the criteria. In a network diagram, arrows represent activities and circle represent the event, right? The second point, the tail, you know that this is the tail. Now in this case, this is the tail here, this is the head, right? As this is the head, this is the tail of this particular arrow, right? The tail of an arrow represent the start of the of an activity and the head of the uh, uh, head of the arrow represent the completion of the activities, right? Now this is the completion. So this is the starting of the activity. The event number 1 denote the start of the project and is called initial event. Now this is the initial event, right? Here, initial event. Now this is the initial event. Then event carrying the highest number of number in the network denotes the completion of the project and is called terminal. Terminal event. Now this is the terminal event. Right? This is a terminal event. Initial event. Known as initial event. Not the activity, event. Each defined activity is represented by the one and only arrow in the network, right? So we can show them through the arrow, right? Each and every activity we can show through the predecessor, right? Immediate predecessor. Yeah, immediate predecessor. Immediate predecessor. You can see that word. Determine which other operation must follow the other given operations, right? So that is the similar terms. Right. Now you can see in this case, actually A must finish before either B or C can start, right? Yeah, this is the rule when you are drawing the diagram. So in order to go for your C, actually A should, right? Right now here both A and B must finish before either C and D, right? Right now, if we have this kind of complex situation, so we can go for the dummy activity as mentioned here, right? Previously also we mentioned. Now here, this is not allowed. Incorrect, incorrect precedence relationship. This is incorrect one. This is the correct one. Correct precedence. We will use the dummy activity with zero time, right? Dummy activity. So we can go with this particular method under the AOA method, right? So, this is this is a summary of the rule, right? Under the AOA method, activity equal to arrow, event equal to not, single start point and end point, right? No cycle here. Dummy activity may be here. Then no cycle mean here. We cannot see this kind of loop, right? So here, this is not the network, right? So if we are drawing this kind of loop, this is not a network. So always we are drawing from left hand side to right hand side, right? Then the strength of, that means length of this particular arrow is not important to determine the time period or the cost, right? Dummy activity, it has no resources or time. Nodes, right? Except starting point or the initial point and the ending point. Then we have no dangling knots, right? So always we have to link with now arrows and again link with minimizing crossings, right? Crossing is not accepted by this particular method. Labeling, right? So So you can see. Now we move to the very much or construct network diagram. Now you can start the work. Take a piece of paper and also a pencil, right? Don't use pen. You cannot change it, right? So then we have to try to draw this kind of network. Sometimes we may have some errors. So again and again, we have to go for the trial and error method. And then when you're doing that manually, right? Then go to the trial and error method. Ultimately, you can go for the final network, right? Again, activity. So this is regarding the activity. What is the activity? Sequence of activity. Uh, yeah, yeah. You are given activities here. Is it clear? Can you see this? Open, open work order, right? Get material for X. Likewise, you are given number of activities, right? Then it is important to know the idea behind that, but without knowing them, so we can compare activity and the predecessors. This is called immediate predecessor. Immediate predecessor, right? So in order to start A, you have no immediate predecessor. You can start from here, right? So you can start from A, activity A. So now you can start activity A, right? Then another one, B. If we want to start B and C, we have to finish both. Yeah, we have to finish A. So then B and C. So you can yeah, you can start from A, right? Then D, you can start from B. So D, we can start from B, right? Then E, we can start from B and C. After completing both B and C, we can go for E. Then F after completing, yeah, this is F after completing E. G after completing both D and F. D and F, right? After completing both D and F, we can go for the. So I have not enough space. That's why I put here G, right? Then H, right? Actually, you have to start from A, right? Now you can see the answer, right? Here, here. Then if you go to here, start from A, right? A, yeah, it has no immediate predecessor, then we can start A. So then after coming into here, then B and C after completing A, so we can go for the activity B and C. So then we go B and C, right? So then D after completing B, so D after completing B, this is D, right? Then E after completing both B and C. E after complete, now if you go for this path, only C. So if you want to complete both B and C, so you have to use dummy activity in this particular way, right? Then we can link here E, right? Now E, we can start after completing both B and C. With the dummy, you can combine A and B. Otherwise, A and B and C, right? B and C, right? Here. Next one is here F. after completing E. Now we already completed E. Now we can go for the F, right? Then G after completing D and F. G after completing both D and F. Then we can go for the G, right? Then H we can complete after G. So this is the overall network based on the given information, right? Is it clear for you? Is it clear for you? Is it clear for you? Very simple one, right? Yes, good. Good. Right. Right. I think now you can see this PowerPoint. Am I correct? Can you see this point? Yes. Okay. Good. Now you can see the second example, right? Second example. So how to draw it? Again, you can see you can start from A, right? A is yeah, it has no immediate predecessor. So then we can start from A. Then we can go for B, right? Again, B we can start from, yes, after completing A. But if you go to C, D, and E, so these three we can start from B, right? We can start from B. So if you go to F and G, we can start from C. So after completing both F and G, so we can go for H. So after completing D, E, H, all three, so we can go for I, and ultimately after completing I, we can go for J. So this is the overall uh, overall detail relating to this network drawing, right? So if I go to this one, so easily you can go for here. So you can see starting from A, right? You can see A. It has no immediate predecessor. You can draw here A. Then B, C, and D. sorry, B from A. So B from A, right? Then both, yeah, C, D, and E after completing B, right? After completing B, so C, D, and E, right? Then F after F and G after completing C. After completing C, so we can, that is C, right? Then F and G, F and G. Then after completing F and G, then we can go for H. F here, G here. So we cannot combine, yeah, we cannot go for H after completing both F and G. Therefore, we have to have dummy activity, that is dummy activity here. Then we can go for we can link both F and G. Otherwise, we cannot achieve this requirement, right? So then we have to have dotted line here. Then we can go for H after completing F and G, right? So then next one, I after completing D, E, H. D here, E here, H here, right? So after completing these three, so then we can go for I, right? This is okay. This is also okay. But here, E at under the separate direction here. So in order to align into the same direction, so we have to use again dummy activity, right? By joining this one, now we can see I after completing H, D, and also E, right? Then we can say I after completing H, D, and E. Then last one, J, we can start after completing I. Now after completing I, then we can go for J. This is called immediate predecessor, right? Immediate predecessor, immediate predecessor, immediate predecessor. I think you got it clearly. Do you have anything to clarify? Right? This point or not, you have to draw number of network, right? You have to practice it, right? That manual process is very much important, right? As I mentioned earlier, it's a brainstorming session. Now these are very simple, but further you can go for the some kind of advanced network drawing. Now, yeah, further we can discuss, right? Here, so if you go to this one, here you can see number of activities A to O activities here, right? This is yeah, this is the process of recruiting management training in a firm. So you can see starting from activity A, B, C, D, so up to O, right? So again, we can read this activity as well, right? But in order to save our time, I'm not going to discuss the description, but if it is important to know the description as well. Here, we can start from A, right? A, B, yeah, B, we can start after completing A. What is the idea? B and C, we can see A and B, sorry, B and C also, we can start after completing A. D, we can start after completing, yeah, D, we can start after completing C. E, we can start after completing B. F, we can start after completing C. G, we can, in order to start G, we have to complete both D and E, right? So in order to start H, we have to complete G. In order to start H, I, we have to complete A. In order to start J, we have to complete F. In order to start K, then we have to finish both I and J. Likewise, here you are given this information. Based on that, you can start and again you can draw this kind of thing, right? So further we can go for here. Then you can see the completed network here. So again, you can think with here, right? So A, it has no immediate predecessor. So we can start from A. So after completing A, we can start both B and C. After completing A, we can start both B and C, right? B and C, right? B and C. Uh, D we can start after completing C. So D we can start after completing C here completed. Uh, uh, E we can start after completing B. E we can start completing B, right? F we can start completing C. F, right? So you have decided which is the relevant or the correct direction, right? Sometimes you have to draw it and erase it, and ultimately we can go for the other direction, right? Right. Then G, after completing both D and E here, D here, sorry, D here. So that's why we direct into here. Then we can go for the G. G after completing both D and E. H after completing G, right? Now G already completed. Then H here. I after completing H, I. Then J after completing F, J after completing F, we can go for J. After completing both I and J, we can go for K. I here, I here, J here. So then we want to go for K. So we are at this point. So then we have to link this with the right this dummy activity. This is the dummy activity, right? Then we can go for K. Then L after completing K. Now this is L. M after completing L, right? Then N after completing J, right? Then, oh, sorry, M. Then N after completing J, J here. Now, right? Actually, no need to go for here. Directly we can write it here, right? No need to use in this particular way. And you can type here, right? Then ultimately O after completing both M and N. N here, M here, then O. So in this way, we can draw network, right? Now here you can see somewhat easy to easy network here. So further we have number of activity, right? These are the activity for you to draw this kind of network. You are given some details as well. So if you go to this is the exercise, right? There are a number of exercises for you to practice starting from here, right? So how to draw the this is a very simple one, actually simple one. Easily you can do that, right? Take yes, take a piece of paper and draw this network. Draw this network. It's a very simple one. It's a very simple one. You can easily draw it. Is it okay? Can you do that? Can you do that? Yeah. Here we have around 30 students. Okay. Yeah, here we have number of students 190 and Kanishka, please tell me your student number. Kanishka, please include your student number also. We are recording attendance, right? Then 535. Okay. Other one 480. Kanishka, rename your account number with that mean with your number, right? Name and it is better to have both name and number, right? 386. Okay. 251. Then 040. Tushani. 102. Then Sayuri, please tell me your student number. Is that